I'm liking what they went for. And also, you know, not only for the penitence damage into the chrono, but Faceless Void, sometimes you think you can kill him from under to zero, the Hand of God changes that. And then he time walks out or time walks even deeper, and suddenly you've lost the fight. So overall, Chen is like the perfect hero to go with the Faceless Void, and Faceless Void rising in popularity. Understandably so. You can see just how smart the Dota development team and Ice Frog are. They know that the Arcana is gonna come out, and they don't buff the Void directly, but they buff things around it, and they make the Void super strong when the Arcana is getting out. So that's marketing if I ever knew one, you know. So Execration, what do you go for? You know, usually when you see the Faceless Void, you think Wraith King. Considering you have an Enchantress Primal Beast, I actually wouldn't mind the Wraith King. Maybe not so early.
Hey.
But what is Neon gonna do, to be honest? The hero, it's not like Wraith King gets super countered. You can counter him in lane, though. So the Lich does come out. Whenever I hear a Lich, it reminds me of the first video Pyrion Flax ever got out for Dota. It's probably the best video of his ever. And the time when he says, when he's explaining the heroes that he drew, and then he says, Lich! And Lich is basically the only thing I play, so it kind of gives me good memories. That was a long time ago that he got that video out, though. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it. It's gonna remind you, of Dota a lot in the earlier days as well. But anyways, Neon Esports, they're gonna be using the reserve time. Usually the time when you use the reserve most is in the second phase. Execration, they used a lot of it for the bans. I'm looking at this Visage ban. Yeah, they banned the Visage so they can pick the Lich. And the Dawnbreaker that's come out. We haven't seen a Dawnbreaker so far in the tournament. Shadow Shaman, another new hero, comes out as well. The other ones, I think we've seen them all. That's a really decent. The second you see the Lich, you don't want to go for a farming type offlane. You want to go for an offlane that can murder people. Because Lich level 1, he's super annoying, but if his life is threatened, he cannot go forward because he's very squishy as well. So I'm liking this one. Dawnbreaker and the Shadow Shaman, they really hurt. Really hurt in terms of damage, lockdown, they have everything. So Execration, they pick up an Alchemist. Okay. That is a decent hero against the Faceless Void. Sometimes it's a question if you're gonna have enough damage. If this goes late, Faceless Void will just be crushing everyone. But I like the Alchemist. I think it's pretty decent. The only problem I see is laning phase not gonna be the greatest. You actually have solid push. Actually, you know, individually against these heroes, the Alchemist is great, but you have push on Neon. When you look all of them together, you have a late game on Neon. You have good laning presence on Neon. So, you know, like, how's Dawnbreaker do against the Alchemist? Meh. Void Faces Void? Meh. Chen? Meh, not so good. Shadow Shaman? He's okay. But when these four are together, they actually form a really nice team against the Alchemist. And you can get yourself a mid laner that can be annoying, like the Invoker, like the Tiny. Invoker is banned. They can just run in and out. I think you ban out the Tiny. Every single Southeast Asia mid laner knows how to play that hero, and it would be just so amazing for Neon here. Plus,
10 seconds to pick.
It's a hero that doesn't get countered in the lane. That's another issue. So you have Enchantress and the Lich, which are free kills, and you can be annoying to the Alchemist. You're very hard to catch, especially by these guys. A lot of magical damage on the enemies. You have so much HP, but they'll go for the Storm. Kind of the same thing, just not as tanky as the Tiny. Still can be punished in lane too much. I don't know if there's anything that the Storm really suffers against in lane, and even if he does, usually those heroes suffer against him later on, like the Zeus Sniper, you know, those two is something the Storm wouldn't like to play against. Maybe SF as well, but as you get level 6, they suddenly just die. So, not really a hero that you want to pick against the Storm. Puck was banned already by Execration in the second phase, so not gonna be coming out, and the Void Spirit will be the one that comes out. It is still a melee hero against the Storm Spirit. It's not that big of a deal. You're playing against the Shadow Shaman as well, not a lot of things to cancel out the shackles. So I'm not the biggest fan of the Void Spirit. Bob is a beast on the Void Spirit, but we already went through it. Bob sometimes is a beast, and sometimes, you know, he's a kitten. So hopefully we're gonna be seeing Bob the Beast right now, so that he can build himself up again and be super powerful here, the one that Execration needs. But I'm definitely favoring Neon here. I think they have everything they need. They have push, they have catch, they have hero to be annoying to the Alchemist in the woods, in the storm. Even if the storm overextends, you have the Dawnbreaker with the heal. As I mentioned, late game is theirs, push is theirs, laning stage is pretty decent. Faces Void, one of the best heroes against the Primal Beast. Execration, they can roll over a Neon. If Neon start losing, you have Primal Beast, Lich, Void Spirit, Enchantress. They can constantly be in the enemy face while the Alchemist is farming, and then he just comes to end the game. We know that Palos, he knows how to play this hero, knows how to end. But it just doesn't seem very likely to me. So I'm going to be going for Neon here. I didn't believe in them in the previous game. I think in this one, they have everything they need to win. So, on the other side, though, Execration, let's think about how they win. Of course, if you start rolling over your opponents, it's just a stomp. But Enchantress, not the easiest hero to kill. The way that this hero likes to play is be on the enemy side of the map. And Neon Esports, if they're not killing her, their positioning is kind of always going to be given away. If they're not killing her, they know that they're doing something else on the map. Thus, Palos will stay safe. So you try to get the focus on you if you're the Enchantress, but
the game's about to begin.
And if you get some heroes on you, then that is when Bob and Tino just kind of go for plays, and Vincenzo as well. It's just not so easy. So you don't have like a lineup that you're gonna be staying around. The only one that has a clear-cut job is Shanks to create space for Palos. The other three, it's kind of, oh, we see this guy, let's go on this side of the map, or something along those lines. But you need to be very careful with Execration. You need to go in, go out, force out the Solar Guardian, then go in after a couple of minutes again. So good control of certain areas of the map are going to be a necessity. Palos, has he found Andrew? Yes, he has. The Celestial Hammer is ready, but we all know how slow it is. With the Ether, and they're going to be connected on him, and Andrew is looking very much dead. The last hit will come from Shanks. They wanted to give it to the Void Spirit, not going to be happening, but in the end, it's still a first blood. Their ward positioning will be revealed, though. I kind of thought Execration are going to be taking that one down. Shanks gonna try to find the ward of the enemies. Hasn't been placed just yet, so not gonna be finding anything in Execration. Come from the side. They are being spotted though, so oh, there is a ward. I actually didn't spot that one. So they have it just on the enemy side of the river. So probably not gonna be dewarded right now. I don't think they know about that one, but the ward from Execration, the one that gave him the first blood, will be taken down. Very weird that they didn't deward it themselves. A bit of a greedy play, you know, underestimating Neon, and because of it, they'll be punished. So you get the first blood, but Avatar mode is gonna have the advantage in the mid lane in terms of vision, and the golden experience from the ward is actually quite rewarding, to be honest. Experience probably higher than the kill experience. But nicely done there from Bob, starting off the mid lane with the deny. Then top lane, play hard, getting very low. Execration being super aggressive. 2-stick charges, he has another Fairy Fire ready. And then you will get Palos out. If Palos isn't hitting creeps, you're happy. They went really aggressively. The play hard needs to be super careful. We all know how nasty a Lich can be to deal with. So we're seeing some heroes being low. Play hard in the top lane, as well as Palos, and in the mid lane, Avatar mode is low as well. We have already mentioned, or I've already mentioned, just that his mid lane performance hasn't been up to standards. I don't know what's happening. He used to be a beast. Bob though, in terms of laning, is one of the best players. I'm gonna assume that he plays some 1v1s, maybe even a lot of them. The Eastern European mid laners used to do it quite a lot. That's why you would have like No One, Iceberg, you know, these guys that would never lose the mid lane. Over the years, it has equalized a bit. People have gotten as good as they are, but during like early times of Dota, they would just crush the mid lane so much that you couldn't win the game against them just because of that. Bottom lane, we haven't talked about that much. Fortune Soul farming decently well, but Tino is farming a bit better, and the wave is going towards him, so he's definitely going to be happy with this one. Even though you picked a Void into the Primal Beast, it seems like the Enchantress is making a difference into this one. So I'm liking what Shanks is doing. We're having the puppy treatment from one side to the other. This time around, though, Wild Wing will be betraying the Chen, his master, and you will listen to me, says SC. So he takes the Wild Wing back, though. It's still gonna have a timer because it was enchanted. It was just mesmerized by the beauty of the Enchantress. Palos top lane, looking very much dead. Yep, he is gone. Not gonna be the first blood. The first blood was already dealt there by Execration, but this is big for Neon. They're crushing Palos. Really, 6 CS. Not like the Faces Void is doing much better, but I'm kind of thinking Fortune Soul with the Chrono, he'll still be able to contribute, set up for a Solar Guardian or something along those lines, but the Alchemist, if you get absolutely crushed, yeah, you farm fast, but if you get absolutely crushed, it's gonna be tough for you to come back. You can then just be hunted by the Storm every single time. Thinking about the Storm, Avatar mode. Now, gonna be equalizing things in the mid lane. All creeps there under the tower, gonna be going his way. Avatar mode, he might be a bit better. Again, meanwhile, bottom lane, there's a kill, and top lane, there might be one as well. Play hard, will be using the sticks, uses the fairy fire, dies in the process. Vincenzo will die first. Henry might be that as well. Palos is going forward, will get the stun out, and that was beautifully done by Henry. Drops the bracer, uses the sticks, picks up the bracer, all of that while the unstable concoction is flying towards him. So, Henry, what a nice move from him. But the Faceless Void dying on the bottom lane, that's a weird one. Fortune Soul, the only level 2 Tino, is doing a lot of damage. So it seems like the Enchantress actually was the one that dealt most of it. Top lane, Palos overstaying his welcome, thinking that he can threaten Andrew. As soon as Playhard is there, he's dead. Level 2 Shackles is just too big of a lockdown, and you can't do much about it. Tar mode gets one water rune. He's still losing the mid lane slightly, especially in terms of denies. Playhard gonna be pulled back. The Sinister Gaze is there. Look at me. Look at us while we kill you, hiding behind the trees. Play hard. That's not gonna be happening. Only one tree. And Shadow Shaman is quite skinny, but found them really easily. They're not really good at hide and seek. Does go down. That's gonna be a kill on Play hard. But while all that was happening, the Enchantress loses her life as well. Who got that kill? It's gonna be SE. Very deep behind the tower. It looked like he was gonna be getting himself out. Not gonna be happening though. So a lot of action. I think this is the most action-packed start that we've had from the start of the tournament so far. Kills happening left and right. We can't even catch all of them. And Playhard, he uses the smoke. Didn't have a TP, so wants to make something happen in the mid lane. Doesn't have the Hex, so it needs to be the kill needs to be set up with the Electric Vortex. And Storm not level 6 just yet, so maybe you wait. But that's gonna give a red flag to Bob. We'll see if it works out. 900 HP, 7 charges, very far. Doesn't look like he's gonna die. Guess level 6. Bob could be going aggressive right now. Especially with the Lich coming over. Avatar mode, he's losing a lot of HP, but now they're gonna turn around on Bob. Where's the Shackles? It's gonna be used, but the Sinister Gaze is at the ready. Vincenzo though will be using it on Avatar mode. Avatar mode turns around, just stands next to the Remnant Bob, getting low. Playhard going forward, doesn't have the damage, doesn't have the spells. He'll have to disengage. Vincenzo, he came there. Could have stopped the Shackles, and Bob maybe would have been able to get a kill on his own, but Vincenzo thought he needed to keep Avatar mode in place. In the end, it wasn't enough. The infused raindrops keeping the Storm alive. Bob, his haven't been used yet. Now, the rune will spawn at the bottom lane. Jump in from Bob, and here comes the Solar Guardian healing Playhard, healing his laning buddy, but Bob still survived. Playhard now surrounded. Shanks comes over with a Hellbear Smasher, and he's ready to smash Andrew as well. They have the enchant. Where are you going, little girl? You're gonna be smashed right now. Here comes a Siege Creep as well from nowhere. Without the Sinister Gaze, they can't get the kill, even with the help of the Siege Creep, which decided, my buddies need help. I'm gonna go over there and kill the Dawnbreaker. Not gonna be happening in the end, but still Execration. They get a really nice connection there in the mid lane. Kill Avatar mode. They kill Shadow, they kill Play Hard on the Shadow Shaman, and they even forced out the Solar Guardian. And that's gonna make it the first power rune onto the Void Spirit. Plus, this hero, he needs some levels. Out of all the spirits, I guess Storm can rotate the easiest on level 6. The Void Spirit and the Ember Spirit, they need a little bit more in levels. So the second power rune, the third power rune is when you strike, and Bob having this kind of an advantage, he's gonna be very happy with it. Looking at the net worth, he is almost 500 ahead of the Storm Spirit, and you know usually the Spirit brothers are very close in terms of laning. Storm should be beating both of them just because he's so good against melee heroes, but Bob just outplayed him there, and for now, Execration are gonna have a 1k gold lead. They do have an Alchemist. Palace is topping the network chart, but lanes are going well for Execration. Bob on the bottom lane, Void Spirit versus the Faceless Void. Void Spirit knows what he's up against. They control the same forces. Fortune Soul, though. Fortune Soul does run away. Bob doesn't find anything with this first rotation. It doesn't give time for the Storm Spirit to completely catch back up. Palace is now in the mid lane, so he has abandoned the top lane, and the push potential for Neon Esports great. Okay, Vincenzo looking pretty dead. Yep, he does get zapped. He's that bottom lane though. Fortune Soul is gonna be trampled. Oh, he tries to jump out. What a cool play with the onslaught. Not gonna be enough. Oh, Tino needed such a small amount of experience for the pulverize, but he's not gonna be bashing this Faceless Void's head into the ground. If I was Neon, I'd much rather allow the Faceless Void to get destroyed than the Storm Spirit by the Polarize. The Storm, we all know that he is a narcissist, so if he gets smashed into the ground, he's gonna be quite mad about it. Veloci stuns himself, and the Solar Guardian is there. Okay, he still does have the ulti, so not gonna be taking that much damage, but Avatar mode comes over from Miuar. Oh, what a dodge there from the Starbreaker. Gonna be pulled into a Remnant. That's a lot of damage. Bobby gets a return kill, does have the Invis in the bottle. He's baiting them. Come on, chase me. You don't have vision. You don't see anything. Not only because I'm Invis, but because we're gonna pluck your eyes out. And Avatar mode, that's exactly what's gonna happen to him. He is dead, and you are next. Your eyes will be taken out next. No, again, and you in the exact same spot as last time. He just TPs away, and nothing to cancel it. Sinister Gauge, just a couple of seconds on cooldown, and because of it, he will live. But still, they did kill the Alchemist. They lost 2 in the process. Not the best trade in the world for Neon, but they're not gonna be crying about it. It is not the worst either. Fortune Soul going for a Mask of Madness. SE and Shanks gonna be in a really big battle. Penitence, they're slowing down Shanks, and there's gonna be a storm that is gonna be pulling him in water. Electricity is gonna be zapping him even more. The Harpy Stormcrafter, at least before he dies, does turn around onto his master. Fortune Soul will get smashed into the ground and immediately turns back time. He wants all of his teeth to be in place. That's exactly what's gonna happen now. Okay, so his career dies. that last ditch play with the Enchantress, it's just cool. He enchanted the creep, was annoying, and then even killed the courier, so it was even more annoying. And Ryu, Celestial Hammer, in a very bad way, and because of it, he's probably gonna die, but the Faceless Void Fortune Soul, that's a really good Chrono. He uses the time dilation as well. Bob, he cannot escape. He does have one astral step more than the dissimulate, but no way, we're gonna turn around onto Palace, who doesn't have the chemical rage. Okay, actually, he does have it. He's healing up. It's not gonna be enough in the end, though. Does go down. Andrew smashes him with a hammer. They have 2 maces, 1 2-hand and 1 1-hand on Fortune Soul. Let's see, Bob, if you're gonna be surviving those, your face will get absolutely demolished, and the Void Spirit is gone. And you gets a double. 2 big kills for the side of Neon. They give away the Shadow Shaman, but one more important thing. Neon have claimed the mid lane tower. That one is the most important in terms of invading the jungle, and you're playing against an Alchemist. So this is very important for Neon in this game. They don't even need to wait for a Blink Dagger hero because they already have one of the best initiators, being the Storm Spirit. Avatar mode just goes in, finds the stacks even. This is not looking good for the side of Execration, despite having a 1k gold lead. That last sequence of events is definitely gonna hurt them. Avatar mode being a little bit edgy there, and In the end, he will have to leave, but the ward remains, and it will see the Alchemist clearly as he's trying to go through his jungle. Meanwhile, Execration, they want to make a play into the mid lane. They want to equalize this tower count. Jumping in onto Enryu, misses the Ether Remnant. Because of it, Enryu will be fine. Tino just runs away. And the tower will survive. Neon were there. The tower didn't even take any significant chip damage, and still Glyph available on the side of Neon. Okay, XctN, you don't want to be there. The onslaught, he cancels it immediately. Tino, a bit of a mistake there from him. And now the Hex onto Bob. He's taking so much damage, but he doesn't get shackled immediately. And you going forward, he's just so tanky. At 17 1 charges, will get smashed into the ground. And look at the Chain Frost. Can he do enough? He uses the 6. Not going to be enough to survive in the backlines. Avatar mode, though, does a lot of damage. Doesn't have that much mana to play around with, so he needs to run. And look at this. These creeps, they're just betraying people left and right. Finally, the onslaught will go through. Tino has found play hard. Avatar mode jumps in, but his support is already dead. Avatar mode, what can you do? He stands his ground with a remnant. He's letting that go. Who's that handsome devil? Bob, he doesn't like it. We know that siblings, they tend to fight. He's pulling in Tino, and while pulling him, the trample is still going forward. The Avatar mode might be in some trouble. Jump in. The similar damage is not going to be enough. Does he have the rest of the pulse? Just in a second. You die now, brother. No, I don't. Can he get to the low ground? Yes, he can. It's going to be a slight heal with the Solar Guardian. Bob, you need to run, and now Bob, he has the Ether Remnant. Is it gonna help him? Dawnbreaker looking at the Void Spray. He doesn't like that one. He wants to crush him again. Gonna have the Celestial Hammer in a couple of seconds. Wants to throw it out. No, he just starts swinging it off to show it off a little bit. No, and he was just showing off. You think you're gonna get the Illusion Rune, but it's gonna be 3 of me and none of you. While that is happening, Tino is trying to get the tower, but SC is there to protect it in Storm. Did heal back up, trying to go in, thinking about it. Avatar mode, not certain if he wants to do it. His team not close, and he will decide against it. It's time to go back to farming, but we know who the god of farming is. It's Pelos, and with 7.2k net worth, he's gonna be topping the chart. Is it gonna be enough for a win? That's another question entirely. So Fortune Soul, in the end, doesn't finish off the Mask of Madness. It's going for a Morbid Mask into Maelstrom. I'm guessing he thinks Penitence is going to be enough, but currently it's only level 1. So SE, he starts summoning his creeps with Holy Persuasion. He will TP towards the top lane. Satyr Mindstealer is there. Void Spirit Mind, it holds so many secrets, so you don't want it to be stolen there by the Mindstealer. So Bob gets himself out, but there is even more heroes coming towards him. They don't see him on the high ground, so Bob will be okay. He knew that they were coming for his life, and he will keep himself safe. I'm liking what Execration are doing now, though. The second they see Neon on the top lane, they're trying to force down the mid lane. On the other hand, though, Enryu is ready there. We'll have a Solar Guardian soon, so he's not really afraid of his team staying there without him. The lead, obviously, is continuing to increase, but that's the Alchemist factor. Tino will have a BKB. How are the supports looking in terms of items? The Lich. Something is being delivered to him. No, that's just the courier flying around, so he only has Tranquil Boots. I guess you are gonna want the Shard on the Lich. The Ice Spire does make sense. Especially, you know, drop it down in the Chrono. When the Chrono is out, the Void just won't be fast enough, especially if he doesn't have the Time Walk to get out. He might just die because of it. So Tino finishes off the BKB. He used the Polarize on the creeps there. We're having a little bit of a slowdown in the game. Bob going for a Yules. Very good to have another tool to cancel the shackles, and a really nice tool to catch the storm. Avatar mode, needs to be careful. He's being a bit greedy. Can he jump out? He will for now, but you cannot disjoin that one unless you go into it. And now that means that Tino is probably dead. Yeah, he dies. The Solar Guardian coming out a little bit too late. There's not going to be a nice stand on that storm. He's just going to be crushed. Enryu comes over, trying to finish off Tino. Those Serpent Wards, they're doing some damage. Tino is still surviving, and in the end, he does go down. But so many heroes have gone down from the side of Neon. They even lost the Chen on the other part of the map. No Hand of God coming out to save his buddies. If he did use it there to save the storm, we might have been seeing a different fight, but just a big one from the side of Execration. They lose 2, they claim 4, while their cores are still comfortably farming. And out of those 4 kills, Pelos has participated in 3, just propelling himself even higher in terms of net worth. And just in no time, he'll have a BKB. Whereas Fortune Soul, he's gonna have to work really hard for that. He doesn't have the formula for success, just like the Alchemist. SC? SE does have the mech. He'll have the hand. He has the hand of God as well. I think. I kind of feel like Neon can fight this fight. They have so much sustain. Still, Chain Frost is something that you're afraid of. I think if you're constantly together and the Chain Frost starts bouncing, even with all the heals, you will feel the pain. I was about to say feel the burn, but it's quite the opposite. So, Execration. Doing some damage to the bottom tower. Pelos? Okay, he sees SE. They won't be seeing him for long, though. And same can be said for Vincenzo. He's not going to be coming out either, so... Some chicken legs there as well. Oh, look at Dino has found the storm. Bam! 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 Is he dead? Yeah, he is. The Ether Revenant will be there in just 3 kills for Execration. Beautifully done around the map. Just beautifully done again. There is no hand of God just to allow the storm to survive through that and get himself out. Every single time it's SC that I don't know what he's doing that aggressively in the enemy territory. He's playing like he's an Enchantress. That is the way that Enchantress plays on the enemy side of the map, just with creeps, and you don't care if you die. They need to commit a lot. But for a Chen with no boots, you actually don't need to commit anything. You just come over and he dies. And you is being gone on. Oh, there's gonna be a miss there. Tino, does he find him? No, girly, you're not going anywhere. And then you will die now. Very soon, Tino just crushes him. The beast. Doesn't really care. Boy or girl, you are gonna get stomped on. Bob has a Yules, so he's very good at catching the faces. Wait, Fortress Soul is dead. Yeah, he's just dead. There is no doubt about it. There's going to be a Sinister Gaze. First, he looks the Ether Remnant into the eyes. Now he looks the Lich into the eyes. And he is going to be regretting that. I guess he doesn't have no eyes to look from anyways. Still going to be quite unfortunate for him. Play hard, caught as well. Tino is just crushing them with the Primal Beast. Yeah, literally and metaphorically as well. It's just not looking good for Neon. So, Tino gets the trample on the creeps as well. They're gonna be absolutely destroyed. No reason to use them against the enemies, because that way we don't get the gold. Just crush all of their forces, and that's pretty much what Execration have been doing in the past 5 minutes. They've been absolutely destroying Neon. I think the main reason for this is the Faceless Void not joining the fights. You have this hero that has a big spell, and for the past 10 minutes he hasn't used a single one. And that because if you use it, get a pick off, you're kind of delaying the timing. This way you're just allowing Execration to do whatever you want, whatever they want. And it's not like they were super strong 10 minutes ago that they could get big objectives like tier 2s and Roche. Now it has come to this point. So every whipped chrono, every chrono that gets you one support kill or like that now is a problem, but it would have been 5 minutes ago. So Fortune Soul, a little bit of a cowardly approach. Look at Shanks. He actually doesn't mind dying. Come on, use the chrono on me if you dare. He even takes the melee creep. Now you're gonna have to fight each other. Shanks turning everyone against each other. He even has the dragon lance. This is not a weak hero. Look at this. He's staying behind that one to hold a lineup of Neon. He's just staying. Look at the Enchantress. Come for me. Come for me, bros, if you dare. Yeah, run away. That's what I thought. And Neon, look at the tail between their legs. They don't know what to do. They're so scared. Oh, and now you're gonna see why they're afraid. Palace comes over and there's a big beast running towards you. Tino gets another one. SC is dead. That Chen just cannot move at all. Shank standing his ground. Man, I did say position 4s have been impressing me today, and you know, every single one impressed me. Now this Shanks hasn't made any cool plays, but just staying there and that Giga Chad attitude that he had, it is just insane. Avatar mode, he has the Orchid. So a nice little flower to give to the enemies. Maybe you can bribe them that way, because you're gonna be needing a really big bribe if we want to get them get to win this game side of Execration. So let's see if a little Orchid flower is gonna be enough. Let's see if anyone on the side of Execration likes those flowers. Bob has the Yule, so he doesn't care for it that much. There's the oh, there's gonna be a Hex. Does he get close enough in time? No, Play Hard was just one step away because it Bob comes out, and now he just stands his ground because he knows that help is coming. Yeah, Tip Play Hard, you almost got me, my friend. You almost turned me into a chicken, but I'm gonna turn you into nothingness, and now we're gonna stomp on your teammates as well. And you have a death, so what are we gonna do? Are you gonna attack us with it? No, because you're a coward. You're just gonna turn around and wait for us to destroy you. Execration, they want this game, and they definitely have the means to go for it. Look at the wards. Look at even the wards from Neon. They invested everything into that bottom lane, and they were just absolutely crushed twice. Once, just psychologically by Shank standing his ground, and the second time, literally, by Execration, just dodging a gank and then crushing in more heroes. Avatar mode did cut the wave, so at least that is gonna be done. So those wards not gonna be completely useless, and the tier 3 will stay defended. Playhard is level 8 and SE is level 9. Shanks is level 13. And okay, Vincenzo is not that far ahead from them, but it is a big difference. So unless you use the Serpent wards, Shanks can he can fight against the Shadow Shaman and the Chen on his own. Just stand his ground and punch them in the face, ultimately killing them. 16k gold lead from Execration. We've still only seen one Chrono from Fortune Soul, the one on the top lane. It was amazing, Fortune Soul. Yeah, you had the best Chrono in the world. The problem is that 5 mediocre ones would be better than that one awesome. And Execration, they go for a smoke. They want to end this one. They know with the 16k gold lead, they might not know exactly how much they have, but they know they're ahead. Play Hard looking very much that they have the axe on the voice spread. He might be able to kill Play Hard before he uses anything. There's the Serpent Force. Now the Solar Guardian comes over. Tino might be going down. He pops the BKB before the Starbreaker connects, and now it's time for him to show how smashing is done. Primal Beast smash, and the SC. You think you're gonna escape? Yeah, you will. We're gonna let you live because we have a much bigger prize here, and you will be in a lot of trouble. Using the Starbreaker, does have the Axe Shard. Now they'll silence him, and this is how you use that little flower. Storm Spirit, this is how you use it. You silence Dawnbreaker. He's gonna be speechless there as she gets that flower, and then she will die. Execration, they get a 20k gold lead. Every single fight is going their way, and Neon looking more and more helpless by the minute. Palos, AC, Radiance, BKB, Blink. Overwhelming Blink might be coming, but he might want to go for a Basher as well. Before that, though, he has a meeting with a big dragon. Palos will get a title of Dragon Slayer, as well as the rest of Execration. Once the Roche falls, they'll have the extra life. They'll have the means necessary to end this game and Play Hard. He's hoping they do it as fast as possible because he's kind of tired of dying 2 and 12 on this Shadow Shaman. He just continues to drop every single time that he attempts to leave his base. Smoke from Neon. You want to find Bob, but no, this is the unstoppable Bob that we know. This is not the Bob that makes those blunders. A completely different one than game number 1. Bob will just be crushing everyone in this game. Neon, they are gonna stay under their vision. No one really cares. Their last outer tower will be targeted. Neon, if they want to defend it, they have to do it now. I'm just hoping that we see another Chrono. Silence onto the void spread. Oh, there's the Chrono. I was hoping for it. I got it immediately. The Frost Shield isn't gonna be enough for him to survive. Now he gets his stuff pulled in, and he's dead. Okay, they got the kill. They got a kill, and Execration? Are they gonna push? Are they gonna push without their mid laner? They could. They could try to do it, but you're up against the Shadow Shaman on the high ground. You know that you can get locked down for a long time, so Palos doesn't want to risk it. They'll wait for the Void Spirit, and then they can go. With the Void Spirit, the Shadow Shaman is just a non-factor. You use the Shackles, the Resonant Pulse is there, and you don't do anything. Scratch that. Palos is crazy. He goes in. Gonna get silenced. Okay, I'm not gonna speak. I'm just gonna silently crush your Rex. Is that okay now? No problem. Gonna be doing just that. Neon Esports 4 versus 5 scenario. Come on, guys, we have the numbers, but you do not have the guts Fortune Soul.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
BKB ready. That's an 8-second one that he has right now. He wants the Ag Shard. Jumping in and out could be nice. The thing is, I don't see him killing anyone. Enchantress is off the mark for sure. But how do you kill the cores? I think your main target is the Void Spirit. But Bob is protected. He even found an Arcane Rune, so... luck follows the brave. Okay. SE, he's the big damage dealer. He has the skeleton army. But they're gonna start dying though. Fellows, okay, he cares about the skeleton army so much. He uses the hand of God. Everyone on the end is alive. Here comes the impetus shot. Yeah, run away from it. I do want to do more damage. He goes into the Solar Spirit, the silence. Double silence, he's dead. Buyback from menu. There's the Solar Guardian. You protect no one. He tries to crush the head of Shanks, but the Nature's Attendants will be healing her up back to full. And you just bought back, and he will die the exact same way with the impetus shots following it. Fortune Soul uses the BKB, goes forward. They've called GG, and now he goes backwards very, very soon. They go into the fountain. Nowhere is safe for you, Neon. 1-1 will be the end of this series, and we might really get all of 1-1s today. Yesterday, as I mentioned, all were 2-0s. But Neon and Execration, they'll be having a 1-1, and Boom and Army Geniuses, they already had 1-1 earlier on in the day. 16-34, absolute domination coming out from the side of Execration. 50 kills, very, very action-packed game, but I have to say, Fortune Soul, a very underwhelming performance. I want to see the damage that the Void has done, 7,000. Avatar mode did 8,000, so, you know, it's not that underwhelming. The only one that was doing something in terms of damage was Enryu, but that's just the nature of the hero. I have to say, Execration from start to finish, they knew exactly what they wanted to do. Bob winning the mid lane again. Avatar mode, I don't know what's up with him. I remember him just always winning the lanes, and now every single time that he is playing, he just loses. I'm just baffled by it. So I can't say that Shanks is the MVP of this one, but he did give me joy. You know, this is the first time I'm not gonna be granting the MVP to one of the position 4s, but he did give me so much joy when he stood in front of the tower, no one showing, and all of Neon looking at him and being so afraid. So it gave me so much joy. I laughed my ass off. So guys, was an amazing game, was an amazing series, another 1-1, but we are not done for today. We're not done for today. We have one more coming your way. It's gonna be Lil Gun versus TNC. Lil Gun coming in as the favorites, but TNC, maybe they can take a game, or maybe even the entire series. We find out after a short break. In 15 minutes. We'll be back.